Welcome back to another episode of the Nomads and Nimbleshadow podcast. Trading the high-stress life of first responders for a life of adventure on the road. This podcast is brought to you by Kendra, a retired police officer, and her husband Sean, a retired public safety officer. They have been on the road full-time in their Airstream since August 9th, 2025. Traveling with them is their service dog, Django Aloysius Delicious McJefferson, PhD the 6th. Let's get this thing started.
So that's how it's taken us about 6-7 weeks to get the first episode up and running. So we'll see how it goes. Well, one of the things we were talking about today, which might be interesting to anyone considering a life like this, going from a house where you have your own space and other rooms you can go to, more than one television to watch.
Place to go to watch a game
place to go
friend.
to, yeah, any of that. So we don't have that anymore. We're in the same space. So what are you missing about having your own space?
When I'm by myself and you're not home, I play music really loud all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be in the background, a la Doug Kubik. And I don't do that with you. I don't have music on all the time. But I would. Like, I'm in my environment, I'd have music on all the time.
Yeah.
It's in my brain anyway. I just might as well just play it. So
yeah.
That's different.
Do you hear music in your brain all the time, whether there's music or not?
I don't hear music, but I could pull up a song or something reminds me of something. I can do it and it'll play in my brain. But when I'm doing certain things, like working on replacing headlights or something in a car, that kind of music is in my head. Anyway, it's like a theme, like I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, it's like your background. Interesting, yeah. Okay, and your game. I know you missed your game.
Oh man, I miss my game. Yeah, so like you said, we have our time together, and we also have our time together alone, where you're doing your thing and I'm doing mine. And one of the things I love to escape and love this game was Call of Duty. I love it. Like that was my biggest probably vice.
Yeah.
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 That's what I would choose to do over everything, pretty much everything. Because it was so stimulating and so fun, and you got to use your brain, you got better, and it was great, competitive. And I don't get to do that at all. There's no way for me to actually ever do that again until we're in a more established, quicker internet situation. And I don't have like a room for a computer in here.
Mm-mm.
So
maybe in Costa Rica.
Maybe in Costa Rica, but that's just one of the things I accepted.
Yeah.
And in doing so now we have to agree on shows because one of the shows you like to watch is Survivor. I've seen one Survivor, therefore I've seen them all. Like, in my mind,
how
the games
dare
are the
you?
Same,
Listen, there are some things that I will tolerate in my partner, and shitting on Survivor is not one of those things. You cannot say anything negative about Survivor, and you cannot say anything negative about Friends. Doing so is crossing a line, my friend.
Okay.
Those are the two things that I hold very dear.
I will not push it to the limit.
Okay. Do not push it to the limit.
But so you used to watch Survivor.
Yes, I do watch Survivor, yeah.
And I haven't seen it since the first season. It's not really, yeah. I'd rather be playing my game. So now we're in the same space together, and you just told me today, you sat me down, took a deep breath, and said, you need to watch Survivor because I'm going to watch Survivor. And then you
That's
watch
right.
It.
Yeah. Yeah, I
can't go anywhere, guys. I can't leave. I can't turn the other way.
Yeah, I mean, we're both having to compromise. You don't get to play your game, which is a super bummer, right? Because I know that was your thing. My thing's always, when I'm working or otherwise, I almost always have something on the TV in the background. It's comforting to me. TV was always on when I was a kid, at least that's my memory of it. And so, and if I don't have something on, I can't focus. I have to have something on in the background in order to focus.
Yeah.
So I can't do that necessarily here. So that's been harder. But, I would watch the news shows. I would watch, political related shows. You're not interested in any of that. So I'm not seeing those, which is probably good to some degree. So we're both making compromises. And one of those compromises is you're going to watch Survivor. That's one of the compromises that we're going to have is you're going to watch what I want to watch.
Oh, you have the gold idol. That supersedes the orange idol.
Yeah.
The orange idol means you move backwards in time. And okay. I don't know what's happening. I have an idol.
It's okay. It's the competitions are the fun part to watch anyway. The mazes and the challenges, the physical challenges.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah, I'd like to do that without the game show part.
Okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
Because you asked me, we went for a walk and you were asking me, but you really wouldn't, you wouldn't go on Survivor now. Maybe it was Tina. Tina in the car was asking me that earlier today. We were driving back from the beach and we were talking about Survivor and she said, oh, you wouldn't want to do that now. I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the phone to ring for Survivor to call me all the time. I would totally do it.
That.
But I would just be in the different role. When I first applied for Survivor when I was 26, I have the video. And it was very embarrassing, but you had to submit a video.
I agree.
You've seen it. So then I would have been like the young new police officer, I don't think I don't even know if I had Emma yet. I don't think I had. So then now fast forward, if I were to do it now, I'd be like the older lady that needs help. She's not she used to be fit, but she's not
clumsy.
Anymore. Says what's on her mind, doesn't give a
She's
shit.
Gonna break something during this show for sure.
She's going to scold somebody. She's going to Karen somebody.
Karen.
She's going to parent somebody. Yeah, that's going to be me. Are you listening, Survivor? You should have me on there. So, yeah. And I'll compromise for you. I watch, the other day we watched The Matrix. I don't want to watch The Matrix.
I thought, wait a minute.
No, we were looking for something.
Okay.
Anyway, I ended up falling asleep.
Well, they need to be super honest because if you say, yeah, that's fine, that sounds good, and you're really thinking, I don't want to watch The Matrix, you need to make that vote clear because
I don't think
I know The Matrix.
Let me be clear. I don't think in my mind I was like, no, I don't want to watch The Matrix. It's more of like, that is probably not what I would choose, but I know you enjoy that kind of movie, so I'll say, yeah, that sounds good because it doesn't sound awful, but there's a lot of movies we watch that I could care less to see.
Okay, on odd days I pick, and even days you pick. No argument.
What's an odd day? Like the date? Like the 23rd is an odd day? Or is Monday an odd day? Tuesday's an even day. How would that work?
The first day of the week is what?
Sunday.
Okay.
So Monday's an even day?
Yeah.
Okay. Some would argue the first day of the week is Monday.
No, we're not in England.
Do they do that in England?
Yeah. Calendars start.
I think they're right. Because the first day of work is always Monday. Sunday's like the end of your weekend, your day of rest, your day of relaxation. It can't be the first day of the week. That's the last day of the week.
Well, then why are calendars from left to right? Let's start with a Sunday.
Because somebody here, probably
America,
a dude.
America versus Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
United States.
Yeah, you get a planner, like a monthly planner that's European in A4 size. And we'll start with a Monday. Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. What font? We came across a really cool bird's nest, and I was super sad to see it on the ground.
You assume the worst. Maybe that was someone practicing. Maybe they're like, that didn't really work out that well.
He was practicing, so he threw it on the ground, the bird.
Did you say he?
He. Sometimes male birds build the nest.
Come on. When you picture nest building, you don't imagine the man just like putting on suspenders.
That's
and
true.
putting
I
nests
don't.
together.
Yeah, true. I don't.
Okay.
No, I said he just knocked it out of the thing. So because he's gonna not clumsy, violent.
Oh, domestic violence.
Aggressive.
I will kick this house out of you.
right out from under
Right
you.
out from under you.
But you made a really interesting point when we were looking at the nest. I said, it's so amazing that a little bird can build this like complex shape of a thing, like can weave it together in a sturdy enough way.
The materials, the design, the engineering is by bird species. So a blue jay's nest looks just like cousin blue jay's nest, but not like Uncle Robin's nest. Different nest. Blue jays have a certain nest. Robins have a certain nest. Hummingbirds have a certain nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they're stumbling through the encyclopedia of what nest to
Of
build.
course,
They just
right.
know.
You're just saying it's amazing to you that they know how to make the nest that's appropriate for their species.
They have those blueprints in their brain based on what kind of bird they are.
Maybe when they're babies, you know, they're like those ugly little pink babies and their necks are all wobbly and stuff.
They're examining the nest. Oh,
they're studying it.
That's genius.
They're studying it then, so
that's why their heads are bobbing around, not for food, but because they're memorizing 13 layers of lattice work.
Yes, exactly.
There's an old cotton strip in here.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, this conversation is interesting to me because I agree with you that there's just some sort of genetic code in the brain that they are just born with and they know how to do things. People are different. I don't know that there's much that is embedded in there that we just know how to do, like breathe and swallow maybe, but like what are you born knowing how to do versus what do you learn?
I think the stuff that we do socially and as a culture, as a human being, forget about hand gestures and eye contact and cultural, but the surprise factor, the surprise face for any culture is the same.
Yeah.
It's the eyes open wide, the mouth open to keep the face tight.
Yeah.
That goes, so no one taught me that. So that's one of the things I think is just imprinted in us and what we're doing. It's the startle response.
I bet there's been research on that, and I'm going to disagree because I think there is people who have psychopathy or sociopathy, right? Where they learn how to like mimic feelings, but they don't actually feel them, and they've interviewed them when they talk about they learned by watching. I think we start watching from the moment we open our eyes. So we're watching and interpreting the facial expressions of the people around us. I think that's where we learn it.
So you think a baby that's 2 days old has a startle response because he learned it or she learned it?
A startle response is different than an expression of emotion, though.
When a baby is upset, does he scrunch his brow and wrinkle his face and bring his nose down? Do you think he learned that from his mom?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But is that a skill or is it just a reaction, a reflex?
You're right in reading and interpreting that. Oh, mom's mad. Or somebody I know very well, their face is different, so I know something's going on. That's different than realizing, okay, she's making that weird face, her left eyebrow's up, her mouth is pursed, and then in your mind you're trying to do that. I think you'd have to tell your brain and your mouth what to do to oh, that's what sad is? Okay, I'm going to do that. And try to get that to work. I think it just happens.
Yeah.
I think interpreting it and doing it are two separate things.
Okay. But I think that's different than a complex skill, like building a nest or doing a mating dance like the birds do, right? That's a really complex skill. It's not even a reflex or a reaction to something. It's like choreography. Yeah.
In the dance.
And how do they just know how to build their nests? How does salmon know the route? You know,
that I understand.
Is it like magnetic?
Yes, that I understand because they were born into a place that they memorized magnetically, geographically, somehow. It's in their brain forever. Then they go out to sea, they live their life, and in order to go back to spawn, so that they can reproduce, procreate only, then they remember and they're honing signal back to where that was.
I know that's incredible to me, though, is the point, like that they can remember that for that long and in such detail in order to navigate thousands of miles, right?
I still think that's different than knowing a dance and doing a dance, a mating dance, and never been shown that or taught that. He wasn't born into the dance. He never saw the dance. He just does it.
Yeah.
2 steps to the left, 1 kick to the right, a little Elaine kick, and over there, eye contact, pupils dilation.
Yeah.
What's weird is that a mile away, his cousin, who he's never met or never seen, is doing the same fucking dance. That's bizarre.
Have they studied, though, to make sure it is the same dance? Or is it just the same sort of like, let's say their repertoire is like 5 different movements. Are they always in the same order?
I love that question. I don't know. I love that question. But I want to err on the side of it's not an individual thing they're just making up. I think it's a choreographed, memorized, impregnated thing.
And so how does the lady pick?
I don't know.
Because if they're all doing the same thing, there's nothing to pick from. Don't you pick from, like, his dance is more creative. I like the way he shook his tail feathers twice to the left and 3 times to the right.
Figure this out. I don't know. That's really interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I will. Well, maybe I won't. But like a bowerbird, or I can't remember these names of these birds. They have a certain like curtain that they put up with like a little stage area.
Yeah.
I know because we saw a couple different videos of those birds.
Right.
That setup is the same. So maybe the dance is exactly the same, but that setup is weirdly, oddly the same.
Yeah. And how do they just know to do it? But that's maybe like saying, how do you know how to get an erection when you're
okay.
Right? Like maybe that's just their body's way of reacting to like a stimulus.
I'm aroused.
I'm
2
aroused.
trees over here.
Yes, exactly.
1 walnut over here. 1 blue object over here. Oh man, I'm so worked out. Up. I'm so worked out. Stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. If only we were ornithologists, maybe we would know.
I mean, let's talk about those jobs. I mean, that job might be fun.
Not a job for you.
Horticulture.
Not a job for you.
No. Look at these seedlings. They look fantastic.
Shout out Emma B.
Oh yeah, Emma B. Sorry.
Emma B.
Sorry, Emma B. Not for me. Not a job. Not for me.
Yeah. But thank God, right? We need people to do that. And I'm like, math is not for me. So anything involving adding, subtracting, or any version of math, I'm out. I'm so grateful there are people who like to do those kinds of things. Not for me. So getting back to missing being in each other's, or missing our own space. How are you feeling about it? Are you getting like crawling out of your skin?
No.
Because you want
I'm good.
some space?
And then you do your CrossFit thing, and I go for a walk or something, and
or disc golf. You're playing disc golf now.
yeah. If it was like,
It's coming for you, Steve.
I got a long way to go, Steve. If you insisted on like, I'm going to Tina's and you're going with me, and I was like, I'm going to play disc golf and you're going with me, I think that we'd be at each other's throats by now, for sure.
For sure.
You need to let off a little bit of like,
Oh yeah.
My posture can get bad again. And like, oh, that's.
Is that what it's like as soon as you're away from me? It's like sighs of relief.
Yeah.
Shaking off the stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I think that's nice.
The night that I was frustrated with you when you couldn't find the trash dumpster.
Yeah.
Right? And you were there and I was like, you are challenging me today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know you could hear me.
I was like,
You are
right
challenging me
you
today.
didn't say that.
Yeah.
You're being extra difficult or something.
No, challenging. You're being really challenging today, or you're really challenging me today. I think it was you're really challenging me today. Yeah. Sorry, honey. You were challenging me today, that day.
Okay.
I had my fill.
I want to switch topics real quick. I'm very excited because we listened to the quality of our first episode 55 days ago. And, we need better equipment. If we're really going to do this, and it seems like we are, we need a little bit better equipment. So
For sure, yeah.
We found an affordable solution that, is better. And in 65 more days, you'll be able to hear if it sounds good or not.
Yeah. Hopefully it sounds really good. We're still trying to figure out sort of what this podcast is about. Is it like Seinfeld where we just have conversations
I
about
want
nothing?
questions. I want like people to call in and ask us questions.
Call in where?
I don't know.
Set up an email.
Yeah, we could set up, like, I really
You
want...
have questions you want us to talk about?
Unless it's some bullshit thing about, like, whatever, but I want real questions, like, what's it like to do blank?
We could have the kids submit some questions and say, like, and start the next episode with some of our viewers decided to send us an email with questions. Okay. We should create an email for it, and we can answer questions about what first responder, what that was like, or living on the road. I want to know... When do you think in your career you can pinpoint as the beginnings of PTSD? Was there a particular call?
Yeah. I think it was that big, the big call that you and I know about. I got weird reactions to things, physical reactions to things that I didn't understand what was happening. Like a woman would cry out, or I'd hear something in a normal situation, like in the background or in a TV, and I'd get like a rush of
an adrenaline dump, or
a pang of the same feeling you would feel if someone were to be hurt in front of you and scream, and you would have that adrenaline feeling reaction and that like activation, right? It was an activation. And then I was like, that's weird. Like, I didn't want that to happen. I'm not thinking about anything. Why did it happen? And then I started to get emotional during dumb times. And it was about the same time that my first kid was born too. So that had probably to do with hormones and stuff. But I remember like never in my mind and never in my life before ever being kind of emotional, or I was very in control of my emotions. A commercial would come on regarding like a loss of something, or a father just passed away, or whatever, and I would cry about it. My throat would get tight and my eyes would tear, and I thought, what is wrong with me? Like, what? So I'm not sure if that's around the same time, but usually I was in control of my emotions or my physical reactions and stuff, and I learned about that time that I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
That's a challenging one, because I can think all the way back to, for me, it's very chronic, very gradual, cumulative PTSD, and I can't think of one specific type of call, like one specific call over another. I have a Rolodex of calls that my brain just flits through. And so I think for me, when I realized, like this is probably more than just the stress of the job, it's more like PTSD, was when, after working in ICAC, which is the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, so I had to see a lot of really awful things involving children. And I would get super triggered by things that our kids would do or say, or how they would look. And that's not something that you can talk about when it's happening. And I would get really triggered if I was like, there was a certain type of dog that was involved in one of my cases. And when I would see that kind of dog, I would see those images replay all the time. So I don't know, but I think ICAC was when it started to kind of overflow for me. Just too much.
Yeah.
Too much awful. Not enough place to put it. And I have a lot of empathy. I feel things pretty deeply about other people. Like I can put myself in someone else's shoes and imagine what they must feel like. And I feel like I'm feeling it in the moment. And so watching those kids be abused, I would always be thinking about what they were feeling like, and I could feel it, if that makes sense.
It's lots of stuff to carry.
Yeah. And we had little kids, so it was like
right.
Compounded. I remember, well, when I lost my cool at her preschool, at Emma's preschool, when I went to pick her up, and there was some dude in the class, some young teacher's aide or intern or whatever, sitting on the floor, and Emma was sitting like kind of to his side, but leaning her elbow over kind of in his lap because he was sitting crisscross applesauce or whatever. I lost it. I saw red, and I took the owner outside and was like, "Who is he?" "Oh, he's, blah, blah, blah. He's an intern or TA or something." I was like, well, I'm not bringing my kid back here because it's supposed to be all women here. I mean, it's not necessarily very rational, but it made perfect sense to me.
For sure. Because what are all your suspects? They get access to kids.
Yep.
Usually men.
Yep, 100%. Yeah. And people all, they had no criminal history. They'd been backgrounded. A lot of them. They were teachers. They had been fingerprinted, right? These are not people who'd been arrested. So it was, not, that was it for me. I felt like I had a pretty hardy institution up until then. Like I could see graphic and horrible things and not be too affected by it. Almost kind of laugh it off. But that's when I started getting affected by it. But you were always good about, and this made me feel a little bit like there was something wrong with me. You avoid seeing pictures or videos of a crime scene or of something awful happening. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, because I learned when you're new and there's some stuff that happens that's just crazy.
They bring you
Someone
over.
falls off a roof and lands on a pallet. Like you're very curious, like watching a train crash. Like, wow, that's crazy. But then you realize after you've seen enough terrible, awful things on purpose and on accident, that once it goes in, it never, ever goes out. Like, I can remember all that stuff too. Mm-hmm. It's right there. If you think about it, I mean, all the memories are right there. And after learning that, and after having way too many bad memories I can never get out of my mind, I realized the only way I can control that is by not exposing myself to it. So if I have a choice, sometimes you don't, but when I have a choice of, hey, look at this crazy train wreck or car accident or whatever, I say no. I in my head, I know right away, no, I don't want to see that because, like I said, once it goes in, it never comes out.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. Yeah,
that's the only way I can control it.
I have such a morbid curiosity, though. But I still have images in my head from things I saw when I was in the military working at Highland Hospital. Some crazy things happening there. I still play those on my reel, some graphic crime scenes. I still play those in my reel. So I have that same thing where once it goes in, it doesn't come out. But my like curiosity.
But it's okay. It's not affecting you in a bad way. Yeah.
No.
I get it. That makes sense.
But my curiosity overwhelms that like need to not see it. Does that make sense? Like I don't know, curiosity. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that comes from being a dispatcher first, where you never got to see the outcomes, right? You were hang up the phone and zip you're on to the next call, and you don't know what it looked like, what it smelled like, what the outcome was, how bad were the injuries. You don't know any of those things. So maybe that's my. Like, seeing it is better than wondering what it looked like?
Yeah, I guess so. And that's you. That's what's around the next corner.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, maybe. It's interesting, but we're very, very different in that way.
Yeah, my mom would say I have a sensitive heart, I'm a
tender heart.
A tender heart.
Yeah. I always say that about you.
Thank you. So, you talked about empathy. I think sometimes I think about that and I think about, oh, what a waste or what a tragedy or what their families are going through or what was this person thinking in these moments, and I have an imagination about all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's not just what's weird about me is that when I'm exposed to like a police officer, I'm feeling like more emotions around the whole thing. But when I was in my like more interested in medicine in school, I don't think I had an emotional connection to it. I had a morbid fascination with the physiology of death or the way that worked out. I never thought about the person because it was
a clinical setting.
It was a clinical.
People die. There was no trauma associated with it.
All the atmosphere around it. So I think I tie all that kind of stuff in. I'm haunted by the.
That's the vicarious trauma. It's vicarious trauma, right? Like you're among people who are going through a trauma. That affects you. In a clinical setting, it's a dead person who probably died of natural causes or whatever, and there's no trauma associated with it. That's how I would see that. It's like now it's real because you can see you're among people who are having emotions about it. In a clinical setting, all that's removed.
Yeah, for sure. Like, going way, one more point about that is EMT school. You'd see like mechanism of injury on how people would die in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
And that was interesting to me and fascinating about the science and the physics and this is what kills somebody. But then when you go to a car accident, you're not thinking about that.
Yeah, you're not thinking about physics right then.
There's a person there.
Yeah.
That made a mistake or was, something happened, and you're not thinking about, his jaw must have gone behind and broken his.
Right. Yeah.
It's weird that you can make that disconnection though in your brain. Like if I was a police officer and I was like, "Don't worry, it's just a dead body now with skull, and think about this."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how do you But yeah, I can't. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know, because you're just in the atmosphere. I think you're just in there. You're just in it.
Yeah.
Empathize with it.
Yeah. You can imagine what people are going through when they're going through awful things or
maybe just
losing
get a
somebody.
small taste of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could probably never imagine what they're.
Well, you can imagine it. You may not know what it feels
yeah.
like, but you can imagine. Like, I imagine this would feel. Switching gears a little bit, you reunited with an old friend today.
I did. Yes, I went to the academy with him in '99. We took kind of a whirlwind of paths apart from each other at that point. You get to know these people really well. I mean, you're with them for 8 months or something. 6 months?
6 months.
Seems like a long time. And you become really good friends with them, and then you disappear into the world of patrol and different assignments, and you may pass them in the halls again, but it's hard to keep up with them. So fast forward now 26 years, I'm back on Facebook. I was off of social media for a long time because of work, and I'm kind of reuniting with some people, and one of those people was somebody I really got along with, and we had a fun training environment. Was a guy, I won't say his name because we're learning not to say names, but this guy who lives in this area and up in Oregon, and he reached out to me, and we got together for lunch and caught up, and it was awesome to see him again, and we basically look like the same version of ourselves, but just wearing old man suits, like
Old man skin suits.
Yeah,
a Hector suit.
I put some folds under my eyes and shave my head, make it a white, and I'm just an older version of myself. Same with him. And like the journey he's taken, and he's living his best life right now, and he's doing great. He's a new grandfather, which is fantastic. And he caught him up with me, and then we were on our way. We had a nice lunch, and then we'll just keep up on Facebook, and it was nice to see him.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad you got to do that because I felt a little bad for leaving you all alone today, all by yourself.
Like we said in the beginning, it's okay. You do your thing, I'll do mine.
Yeah.
All we have to do together.
Yeah, you would have hated being. We drove all the way to the beach today and went and had lunch, walked on the beach, which was beautiful weather, beautiful area. It was called Newport Beach in Oregon, and then we went south along the coast to Yakti, something like that. It seems like a Native American. It was close to Yahtzee, something like that. I don't know the name of it. We had a really yummy lunch right on the water at a place called Ona. They had beautiful artwork in there, stood out to me, and lots of fish on the menu, so you would not have liked that. But I had the fish and chips, and it was bomb. And then we had... And then we ordered 2 desserts and shared them between the 3 of us.
Nice.
One of them was a strawberry shortcake, like a berry shortcake. It had blueberries and strawberries.
Order that.
Oh, it was so good. And the other was the creme brulee, but in the shell on top of the creme brulee, the crust or whatever you would call it, they put anise. So it had a black licorice.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was really good.
What if you don't like licorice?
Well, then you shouldn't order it because it does say it on the menu that it's got anise in it.
That's not something you want to surprise someone with.
No. Riley might have been surprised by it.
Yeah.
She looked, I don't know if she liked it.
Black licorice is an acquired taste.
For sure. Ugh. Where did we go where it was all their candy had black licorice in it? Iceland, that's right.
Dude, I loved it though.
It was good,
I
but
mean,
man.
you're in this candy shop and it's all black licorice.
Why?
And then you're like, okay, I guess I'm getting black licorice. And it's really good. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing, we got to end at this. It's 36 minutes. My favorite thing they had was chocolate
covered.
chocolate covered licorice balls.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, they were super good.
Open mouth, shove in,
yeah.
chew, repeat, like for the whole trip.
Yeah, they were really
They were
really
really
good.
good.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to go back to Iceland with the Wander Box.
Yeah, we are. I can't wait for the Wander Box to be ready so we can wander it on over. How are we going to get it there? On a ferry? Do they have a ferry? No, they don't have a ferry. That's too far, right?
No, it's those boats.
Like
that
a shipping
carry-
container.
boat.
Yeah. I know there's a ferry, though, from Iceland to what? Switzerland, Sweden? What's the closest, like, Nordic country? Norway, maybe? Because remember we met a couple.
Yeah, they were going to take a ferry.
Yeah, we were at a hiking trail, and they were in, like, an earth roamer.
Malta.
They were...
Weren't they going to Malta?
Yeah. They had... Okay, so this was during COVID, or right after COVID, right? And they were an older couple, probably in their 70s. Did they have an earth roamer?
Bliss Mobile.
A Bliss Mobile. They had a Bliss Mobile. Okay. And...
But a small one, like a 15. Now we know what that looks like inside. Before it was a mystery, like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
wonder what's in there.
Yeah.
It's too small, guys. It's too small.
For us and our
It's
giant
too
dog.
small.
Don't say bad things about the competitors.
No,
It's
no,
a
no.
lovely
No.
opportunity.
No. You have choices as a consumer.
Yeah.
And as a consumer,
A 15-footer
I would not
is
pick a
too small for
15.
you.
It's too small.
Yeah, that's true. For
18,
you.
20, 22, not 15.
Yeah. Anyway, they had ordered it and they were going to drive it across. They were Canadian and they were going to drive it across. They were going to go to South America in it.
Yeah.
But it got built in Austria.
Yeah, sounds right.
It got built in Austria, and because of like the whole COVID thing, they got stuck there because they were going to put it on. I can't remember. They got stuck someplace, and so they just changed their plans and decided to take it all over Europe.
Okay.
They had taken it up to one of the Nordic countries, I think, whatever's closest to Iceland, and they were they brought it in on a ferry.
Okay.
And they were planning to take it by ferry back over and continue down to Malta.
Okay.
I think I have that correct.
That was great.
They could call in.
You had a lot of details
They
about
could-
that story. Way too many details.
I was fascinated by
version of that
the
story
shorter
was-
version is
too small.
it's too small. Any pet peeves today?
You go first.
No, I have none. Today was a great day. I had no pet peeves. Not at all. I have a pet peeve. When they bring you fish and chips, why do they never bring you enough tartar sauce?
Right, it's like the one ketchup packet.
One
thing.
is
oh, not
never-
a whole ketchup packet. Oh no, I have 3 giant pieces of cod that are deep fried, and you're giving me a quarter of a tablespoon of tartar sauce, bro.
Right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm with you.
So okay, so
I'm
that
with
was
you.
my pet peeve today.
I'm with you, and this has been
Never
done
enough tartar
and
sauce.
done and done, but the mayo packets and the ketchup packets, come on, guys.
Well, to be fair, this was like one of those little plastic cups.
Yeah.
Like a little, like the one, like a little
Okay,
plastic
then
cup.
can we triple
Quarter
the
of a cup.
size of a ketchup packet and your tartar sauce?
Yeah.
Can we triple it?
Yeah.
Who's eating one ketchup packet?
Or 1 cup of tartar sauce. Although I will say, I made do with one. I
Well,
would
you
have
had
loved
to.
more.
I would love to seen how you're like, oh, that's too much. I have to scrape a little bit off.
For sure. I was being very measured in my dipping. Like, not too deep.
You're afraid of making phone calls, and you're also afraid of like,
Hey, can I get
can I
another?
get like 9 more tartar sauces? What? That's all you
I'm
gotta
not
do.
afraid of making phone calls.
You are.
I just avoid it.
Yeah, conflict avoidant. You wouldn't do it.
I'm not conflict avoidant. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's the. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's the 911, the history of 911, starting there. Maybe my PTSD goes all the way back to that of like.
Phone calls?
No, to talking on the phone was always it was stressful, right?
Yeah.
One person, you answer a call, person screaming in your ear. You finish
yeah.
with that call, you hang up, another call comes in your ear, and it's somebody berating you.
I understand because we talked about that with ringing phones. Like,
Yes.
that's why I don't like getting phone calls.
Yeah.
Because I get that reaction of like, oh, now,
Right.
now what's happening? I have to go in or
Yeah.
something's wrong.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to get phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So that's an anxiety thing I have to work through. Maybe I should do some EMDR around it. See if I can process my way through that. Yeah.
God, share the load of all the stuff I have to call about. cancel a magazine subscription.
Well, and the other day I made you call American Airlines for me, right?
Yeah.
And then I ended up taking over the call anyway
Yeah.
because I was the one that filled out the form.
Yeah.
And that was fine. I enjoyed that because it's the initial part that once I'm on the phone with somebody, I'm fine. It's the answer, the uncertainty, there's a little bit of anxiety there. I don't know what it is. It's hard to explain.
Sorry about that.
All right, we've gone long.
Yeah.
And talked about nothing related
No, we
to.
talked about stuff.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Seinfeld. All right.
Shout out to Seinfeld. This is the podcast about nothing, right?
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Love you. Bye.